In the kitchen this morning, we are celebrating the holiday cookie season. Everyone has a favorite recipe, from the simple to the fancy. This morning, Chef Becky shares her recipe for pumpkin chocolate chip cookies with a little help from her daughter, Ellie.
I love holiday baking, and today my assistant and I are going to show you how to make our favorite cookie recipe, which is pumpkin chocolate chip cookies. So we have 2 sticks of butter that have been softening at room temperature. Ellie, would you like to help add the ingredients? So this is 2/3 of a cup brown sugar. This is 1/3 of a cup white sugar. I'll blend that with my electric hand mixer. So you can see the butter is now white and fluffier. So now we're going to add 1 cup of canned pumpkin, not the pumpkin pie filling. This is 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I have 1 egg that Ellie is going to crack. Good job. Check it out for you. Go ahead and add it to the bowl. So I'll mix it again. With baking recipes, it's always a good idea to scrape down the sides and mix it again. Now it's time to add our dry ingredients. Here I have 2 cups of flour, 1/2 teaspoon of allspice, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves, 1/2 teaspoon of ginger. And what is that one?
I don't remember. Ground cloves?
Cinnamon. That's 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I'll mix this one more time. This recipe is a nice addition to serve along with your Thanksgiving spread, because people can have a little pumpkin treat that's not a giant serving of pie. I think it's time to open those chocolate chips. Let's be honest, that's the best part of baking. So this dough needs to chill for about an hour in the refrigerator before it's going to be ready to bake. And you can also bake it 4 or 5 days, or make the dough 4 or 5 days in advance. And you can also freeze the dough if you want to get ahead of schedule with your holiday baking. So here is our dough that's been chilling in the refrigerator for an hour. I like to use a cookie scooper just for even portioning. So this recipe will make 3 dozen cookies. This scoop is about 2 tablespoons of dough. And I like to bake on foil instead of right on the cookie sheet. It just saves so much cleanup time. People really love this recipe because they're moist and cake-like, and they have all the same spices as pumpkin pie. We help arrange the dough balls, and you can mash them down a little bit. So that's it. These are ready to bake. 350-degree oven for about 11 minutes. So today I showed you my famous pumpkin and chocolate chip cookie recipe. It's absolutely delicious, and I know that your family and guests will love it this holiday season. How is it?
Good.
She's so cute, isn't she?
She's so cute.
Those cookies are really, really good. And I have to say, I'm not a big pumpkin person. I don't mind it, but it's not always my first choice. I loved them.
Not too much pumpkin for you?
Not too much pumpkin, and just enough chocolate. So they were really good. And she's right, they're very cake-like, so they're yummy.
That's even better. I love those soft cake-like cookies.
Then you'll like that recipe.
Very delicious.
And for Chef Becky's recipe for pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, or past recipes from News Source Today, head on over to KMTR.com. You'll find it under news links, and you can also find Chef Becky on Facebook.
Always makes me hungry when Chef Becky's around.